Welcome to the somewhat updated version of my old Mega Man engine for Unity. So, this project has been out for a while. You can find it open source on GitHub to develop your own games, or you can just play the executable. And I came back to it recently to fix a few bugs here and there, because I just wanted to do a few fixes. I mean, the previous one had a few significant bugs, so now they should be fixed. And so, welcome. The previous version didn't even have skippable cutscenes. I added that. But I guess for now we're gonna see it through the intro, because why not? But yeah, this project had been bothering me for a while, the fact that it was so buggy. So I just wanted to fix a few things here and there. And now I'm also gonna put it on itch.io, the build version at least, in case somebody finds it from there, in case somebody wants to play it from there. I'm gonna look into uploading a WebGL version, but this platform, WebGL, generally isn't the most easy to work with, so I can't promise that this is gonna work. But there should be an executable version there now too, at the very least. So let's hope for the best. Anyway, and so... Oops, sorry about the mouse, I forgot about it showing. So yeah, here's the engine so far. It isn't a full Mega Man game, it's got 8 bosses and a few fortress bosses, but that's just the bare bones. I didn't actually make it a full game. And if you want to, you can make it a full game yourself. I mean, that's the goal of this project, it's to give other people the tools to make their own game with, if they want to. As you can see, we've got basic bosses here, the shop and the save login stuff, and that's pretty much it. In the store, you can actually buy bolts if you want to, which is a bit of a cheat, but if you are making a game with it yourself, be sure to remove that. And for now, it's just a developer tool, so take advantage of that if you want to. Let's see now, which one are we gonna start with? Let's say... a Windman's boss fight is a bit tough. Sure, Commando Man. So as you can see, the stages themselves aren't visually great either. I made the enemies look a bit... well, they're almost all blue. It's supposed to be a training simulator, the kind of extra that I gave this game. So... oh, never mind, I guess the mats at least aren't blue. Okay, I don't even remember a lot of things that I did myself, but as you can see, this isn't really a big full game. The sprites are just the tile map is at least supposed to be a vaguely computery thing, although the stage has the least computery sprites of all. But this is supposed to be a simulation for but I mean, the story doesn't really matter. It's just a simulation for the player to go through. So there's not much going on graphically or with the stages themselves. The stages are pretty short and they don't have great challenges. I mean, I'm pretty bad at level design, or at least was back then. Now I like to think that I must have gotten better at that. But who can tell, maybe I'm still this bad. But in any case, the stages aren't great, it's just there for the novelty. And on to the boss, I guess. So for the bosses, some bosses are kept similar to their original patterns. I think Commando Man is pretty similar, but I don't remember how he was in Mega Man 10. So maybe it's not too similar, but I think this fight is pretty similar to his Mega Man 10 fight. but some other bosses have completely new behaviors. I think it's for bosses that have... and I'm dead. I think it's for bosses that have their behaviors similar to their original ones, and for that are completely different. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it's something like that. Alright, we also have the speed and power gears. So I guess that's also a feature worth showing. And the power gear has the double charge suit. Right, I almost would have completely forgotten to show that. So... yeah, glad this occurred to me. Like, wait a second, something extra is missing from the game, from the video. And I spent a lot of time debugging the gears, so I'm glad I remembered that. There were so many bugs with the speed gear. But anyway... yeah, I'm not particularly great at this. It's also been years since I picked up this game. Well, I played a bit recently, but it's mostly been years since I really played this game. So I'm pretty bad at it right now. So I might cheat a bit, use a few things here and there. Well, cheat, I mean, as much as you can cheat. I guess the bolts are a pretty major cheat, but that's it. So Commando Man has pretty much 3 moves. Yeah, he's either gonna shoot a bullet. Let's pretend that that goes on the ground. Okay, that's a small bug. But yeah, let's pretend that wasn't there. Commando Man has 3 moves. He can either shoot a bomb, but not a grenade. Yeah, he can either shoot a grenade from the ground, from the same level you're at. And he can do one from a small jump, and he can do one from a high jump. If he does a high jump, then he's gonna come down and do an earthquake. And that's his entire behavior. And as you can see, I'm pretty bad at it. Thankfully I've got some coffee. But I'm still not that awake. But yeah, I'm not gonna use this excuse the entire video. Oops, right. If I remember correctly, a few more bosses have the earthquake feature. It's not a hugely important feature, but you can find it here in the Mega Man games, so I did it. It's nice to have. So you need to be very careful with Commando Man because he can easily get you cornered. So just be careful and keep at him. But yeah, there's also more players. Like, I'm gonna show them in the next stage. So I guess to go through with this, you've got special weapons, you've got more players you can play as, but most of the items here aren't implemented. Like, I added a menu for the friends, but never implemented those. The Red Bull and wind thingy, I don't remember what it's called, aren't active either. But the regular tanks you can use properly. So I guess there's that. The menu is only half implemented, and I don't really have any plans to implement the rest of the features, so sorry about that. They're just here to do this. Over the top I had the speed gear, the power gear on. Okay, Commanderman may be doing a bit more damage than he should. But I'm also playing pretty bad, so that's also on me. Let's go! Oh, I was seriously struggling there. Maybe he wasn't a great first boss to start with. So I'm gonna blatantly tip. Okay, that's enough. Next one, let's say Gemini Man. He definitely is easier to play with. So here we've got ice physics and water physics, although that's the only instance of water you're gonna see. I didn't really have a good way to add it to a stage, so it's just random waterfalls that you can magically fly upwards on. I didn't really have a good place to add water in the game, so here it is. There's also those old enemies from, if I remember correctly, they were an unused enemy from one of the NES games. And they added them here, they're recolored for the simulation thing. That's the... oh, and the Zelda attackers are also blue. So a lot of the enemies are blue to show that they are supposedly in the simulation. If you see a lot of blue enemies, that's the right reason. It's just default colors. That Zelda attacker probably shouldn't be there. But anyway. Oh yeah, there's also huge bolts there. You can get this one easily with... well, I guess with Rust too. There's also a Rust coil, which also had a small bug yesterday. Here's the commando bomb. Alright, I was loud at HP. I forgot. But anyway, and here's other characters. We also have Protoman with the green sword. I was inspired by the Power Fighters. An old arcade game, an old Mega Man arcade game, if you remember that. And he's got a matching blue sword. His shield can also block stuff. So I guess let's get to the match, for example, and maybe we'll get lucky and manage to showcase this. Not because I'm bad at the game. But let's see. Well, that was a bad shot. Anyway, you did hear the clean set where his ult does work. Oh no, wait, those were the Zelda attacker ones. Never mind. Okay, because again, I'm bad at the game. Let's go, this one should be easy to get. Nope, because I'm bad. Should probably scrap the entire video. But now... okay, yeah. Well, that just to show that one feature works. Because I'm pretty bad at the game. He was invincible, so it doesn't count. There we go, finally. The shield does work. I told you. But in any case, besides that, he's like Mega Man. Here we've got base with his 7 direction, also faster, I guess. He also has a dash and a double jump. That's how he was in Mega Man in base, if I remember correctly. And... oh, I didn't even remember he's got the Power Gear version, but it makes sense. It's just faster shots. I don't know, they might also break invincibilities. But in any case, I also have the adapters. This one doesn't have a slide or anything, and you got flight. I don't remember exactly how the flight was in Mega Man 6, but I think it was kinda like that, so it's probably... it might feel a bit tougher or a bit faster, but generally it's the same flight as there. Then we also have the power adapter. Unfortunately no super adapter because I couldn't find any sprites and was too lazy to make my own. So we've got the power adapter here. This one does have a dust though. It can also break shields. And the power version has explosions. You can also spam them pretty reliably. That one's really fun to use. Even the smaller explosion will break shields, so just go crazy. And one more character added just for the sake of having them and the decks. So we also have Mega Man X behaviors if you want to see how those work. Although in this project they aren't really got it too well, this was kind of a last minute thing. You can roll slide, and I guess you can do something mid-air, but I don't think that... yeah, oh, you can... okay, that might be a bug that you can enable the dash behavior mid-air, but anyway, this was again kind of a last minute thing, so you're not gonna be playing this project for the Mega Man X implementation. But yeah, he's got the last jump similar to base, or he can roll slide. He's got the usual Mega Man X stuff. I don't think he's got anything unique for Rider Gear. Yeah, so that's it. Let's get on to Gemini Man. As you can see, this stage is also pretty short, and it was not one of the last, so generally there's not much effort put into making this game an actual game. You can also go back doors, as you also saw with X. I think there's an option to make the doors only go one way, but I don't remember with certainty. So it might be an option, or you might have to program that yourself, I'm not sure. Gemini Man is one of the bosses that I did change up quite a bit. But I guess he is still fairly similar to the original. It definitely isn't exactly the same. In Mega Man 3, if I remember correctly, he had like phases. At first you had two Gemini Men going around, then you had only one doing the Gemini laser. I don't remember very well. But here he doesn't have phases, it's just the same two people going around the stage. But yeah, this is a much easier fight than Commando Man, I guess. Commando Man just does a lot of damage, and I think the charge shot only did one damage to him. Oh, same thing here. Let's go. That was a lot easier. Thankfully. And so next up, I don't remember the boss weaknesses at all, by the way, so don't expect me to use them because it's just gonna be trial and error. Let's try Windman. There's a lot of mechs in this game, and a lot of mech variations, so expect to see as many as you can think of. Well, I don't remember how many I added, but there's a few different ones, and usually they're split by states. So you'll find one or two varieties per stage, but probably not more than that. I don't know if I'd make a full Mega Man game at some point. I would want to, but at this point there's a lot of projects that I want to work on. Plus there's also work, so my time is a lot more limited. But I would like to get to make a full Mega Man game at some point. But I guess it would probably be more on the Mega Man X side. Yeah, there's also sniper tubes. They work like they did in the first game. And I didn't go too crazy with their variations, I just added this dude here. And that's it. Yeah, that was maybe a bad decision. Anyway. Had some coffee and let's go. Oh, the ladder animation is slowed down. I'm straight here. Okay, I guess that's a glitch, but anyway, at this point I guess I might fix that after the video. Or I might forget to entirely. Hopefully not. Hopefully I don't forget to fix that entirely. But who knows? The lives don't do a thing in this game, but they make a nice sound, I guess. I guess that's something. Okay, I'm doing slightly better now. Hopefully that means that I'm starting to wake up. Let's go. It's Starman time. Yeah, the music, by the way, I didn't do any effort to make it look properly. And I just let it play on its own again after it fades out. So that definitely is a bit jarring, but here's Windman. He's a pretty custom boss too, as you can see. He's got a few different form variations, and he goes around a lot. He's a very active fella. Also has a healing move, so best of luck. I really like those bombs that go in 4 directions, but they're straight or diagonal. Really like those bombs, but unfortunately you don't get those as a weapon. And I would like to use an in-tank, maybe like right now. See, that doesn't do damage. What's this? Not significant. So anyway, you should be able to switch to regular Mega Man by pressing both the weapons at the same time, but I guess it doesn't work right now. Maybe it's my controller, but I'm pretty sure I did implement that. So I don't know why it's not working right now. Anyway, those bouncing bombs just go crazy. And spoiler ahead, those are the weapons that you do get for power gear. For power gear. You get the regular bombs for your normal weapon and those bouncy bombs for the special weapon. Wait, I didn't even show Gemini Man's thing. But yeah, he's got that, and for Barrier he's got a smaller danceable thingy. I guess that works. Okay, yeah. There we go, that worked pretty well. So next one, let's... Same Metal Man. Let's complete that half of the state select. The animated tiles are a bit broken, unfortunately. The conveyor belts. They're supposed to be animated, but they are not right here. That's unfortunate. But anyway, you can go through the chains on these guys. And there's a few mechs. Oh yeah, there's also those dancing mechs. And the mechs that spawn smaller mechs. So you can get a lot of items from those mechs, so if you had subtanks it would be a great enemy. There's also another of these break bolts. Don't remember how many bolts they give you, so let's say we've got 249. Okay, so it's 100 bolts, that makes sense. Commando Man, and we got Hyper Bomb. So Hyper Bomb is the classic one, except you can throw it a bit faster by holding down. And the Speed Gear version has these bombs. The bouncy ones, and they just make explosions everywhere. And take the health. And this is one of the stages with split paths. You've got this path, and you also have the vertical path right here. I guess this could be a good place to hide a secret, because some people might not think that this is a path. And it also has a bit of a horizontal camera, but not too much. This room used to have two totem poles, one on each side, but it would be impossible to dodge, so I removed one. And this type jump. It usually takes me a lot longer than that to get. I got lucky here. Speaking of getting lucky, we didn't die there. Okay, so Metal Man. I mean, we're gonna die immediately, but Metal Man is one of those bosses that didn't change too much. It's pretty much like he was in Mega Man 2. The direction of the conveyor belt does change. It doesn't do that flash animation, but the conveyor belt does change. But besides that, he's pretty much the same fight. Maybe the conditions aren't gonna be the same, like I don't remember when he switched the belt, besides when you got close to him. Even then I'm not sure he did. But yeah, I don't remember exactly when he changes the belt, but he does it. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, he's pretty easy. Same thing as the original game. And we get a cutscene animation. Halfway cutscene, like after 4 bosses, you get another one of those. Let's get to Galaxy Man now. For Galaxy Man we use teleporters. There's also a stage with the refights that has those teleporters, but the refights aren't built in the final game, in the executable. You don't have to go through them again because that would be kinda stupid for a game that barely has any gameplay. So you can find the refights if you want to, but you can only do that from the Unity editor. They're not in the actual game, in this game. But again, you can add them yourself if you want to. There's also a few testing stages that I was using in the Unity editor that are still around. I think there's 2 extra kinda stages. Like some of the stages I was using at the very early version of the game. So let's get that, and Metal Man. We've got the regular Metal Blade, Broken and Server, and for the burger version you've got one big metal wheel, and you can actually ride it. I love that feature. Oh, that's probably not supposed to happen, to be honest. Okay, that I never thought about. Anyway, at this point I don't know how many more bugs I'm gonna fix. The major ones should all be fixed. There's also these guys. Why are the blocks broken here? Anyway, there's this guy that wanted to use a lot more, but now he's kinda broken. And there's just one here. Hold on, actually, I'll try to show him a bit better. Never mind. Okay, I'm not gonna fix this kid because he's just a fun enemy to have. That scared me for a bit, but very good. Galaxy Man is the usual. He's like Mega Man 9's version. Oh, I guess let's use Witness. Let's go. It makes sense mechanically, or maybe not, maybe it's just that it does a lot of damage to enemies in general. I don't know. In any case, that worked pretty well. Next up, Fireman. Let's actually use a different build here, because why not? I'll use the jet. Because I really like the light here. It's so fun to use. I don't know why, but it's really satisfying the way it's made. Not in this game specifically, just how it was in Mega Man 6, how you flew. It was so fun, and this kinda captures the feeling too, I guess, but I don't remember it exactly. But it is such a fun feature in general, so I'm just using that a lot. What? That isn't supposed to happen. Okay. We're discovering even more bugs here. I don't know. I'll see how much I'm gonna fix after this. Because that was supposed to be the final version. But I don't know. You already saw the gravity chains. There's like 3 different paths you can get. And get on this stage, and technically you're supposed to come here with the gravity chains. But let's see if Base can make it through without dying here. Well, I mean, I guess that's gonna happen. And let's use it and try to damage boost this, because I've never done that before. And I'm curious now. Can it be done? Well, it's not gonna be done that way. Okay. Just to give me a moment, I swear we're gonna get it done. Well, maybe not. I swear we're gonna try. But if it's not, well, if it's not possible, it's not possible, but we're gonna try our best. Yep. Okay, also don't do that. Don't get too close to the sand. Okay, I guess never mind for now. If you wanna trade, you can do it yourself too. So, you know, give the game a try. Oops, right. There is a few tight jumps in this path. But no, let's stick to this one. So when there's like a corner in the camera paths, as you saw there, sometimes if the camera can just act with and move in a 360 direction. I was trying to be careful, but I guess that one slipped through. Like, you shouldn't have the camera be too close to an edge that it can move through. If the camera moves to the right, try to keep the player's entrance to the next room to the left half of the screen. Okay, here you use. Actually, you can't make this jump, can you? I'm pretty sure it's impossible. So... yeah, like, what are you supposed to do there? I don't remember if that was done on purpose or not. Maybe it's there to mess with you, and it messed with me. So, there we go. How do you kill these guys here? I don't remember. Again, and Black Hole. Here's Galaxy Man's weapon, and the charged version is just a screen nuke. I guess you had to have one. And here we're done with the top jumps. And here should be Pharaohman. And that was the first boss that I made for this engine, and I had a lot of fun with his behavior. Okay, there we go. The changing to the main character, to the main weapons worked before. The timing is just a bit too tight. But anyway, you can change to your original buster by pressing the L and R buttons for the weapon change together. So yeah, I like this fight a lot. It's pretty fast paced, and once you get used to it, it's pretty fun to dodge. But you need to get used to it. He used to shoot even more projectiles, but at some point there were some undodgeable attacks, or some attacks that you had to get lucky to dodge, so I tried to remove those. I think right now technically everything should be dodgeable unless you're in a very bad spot. But if you can't cure out his attacks, then you'll eventually get it. Like you can slide under those, and that's very fun to do. You just need to figure out when he's gonna shoot the smaller things. Let's go. And there's Windman and Starman. Let's go up against Windman, and in this stage you've got low gravity. And at some point there's also wind. Oh yeah, Galaxy Man also had wind, but I forgot to mention that. Anyway, this stage also has wind, but that's later on. Also has low gravity, which Galaxy Man also had, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. Okay, my controller's being a bit weird. I guess because we can get stuck. Is it my controller or is it just an illusion of a jumpable ladder? Okay, I guess we might have to use Rascal after all, but it's okay. Let's pretend we didn't see that. Again, there's gonna be a few bugs in the final version, because at this point I'm again pretty much done with it. But I'm gonna go through and try to fix some bugs before the final version. Final version 2.0. Yeah, ultimate release production, I swear. Oh yeah, here's the ring. And here's another med. You can go above those. And for the very curious, there's actually an embank there. Oh yeah. Let's see, we got Fireman's weapon. Oh yeah, Fireman's weapon. It's the same as his game. You can name that. And the barrier version is 3 shots. You also stay in there for a bit, so that could come in handy. And you can shoot multiple black holes at once. But here's, well, in the next room I guess, is Windman. I don't remember what his behavior was like in the original game, like at all, but I think he's one of the bosses that I made to be similar to his original behavior. But I think the him blocking the shots there is one of the things that is different. Oh, I guess we found a weakness. Let's go. Because who isn't weak to explosions? It just makes sense. And final one is Starman, our boy. The man, the myth, the legend, the man. He's got those spare astronauts, the mates, because, well, it's food. Well, I mean, Commando Man had the diver meds, so it's not 100% obvious who's gonna have crits, but the dude's got those dudes. Oops. I didn't press the red button in time. And this stage also has those slightly dead jumps, but it's nothing too hard to get. Oops, right. I guess maybe this jump is a bit... you've got low gravity, so it's not that horrible. And here's Starman. That's another of the dudes that things to pretty significantly. I think it's the fourth boss that I made, or the third. And so the early ones are a bit more changed up in the development progress. The development period. And that's pretty much his behavior. He shoots things at you, he shoots things at the sky, and he sells himself with things that he shoots. You can actually stand against the walls to protect yourself against meteors. But that's cheating. Okay, not really, you can't do that. And this would make sense as a weakness, but it's not the one. I don't know. It does damage over time, so maybe it is. Oh no, so spooky. And it's time for the spooky fortress. Here we go. This is a fortress so spooky, you can't even see it. I was pretty bad at pixel art, and still am, or at least on large objects. So I didn't even draw a fortress, it's just the rocks there and nothing. So the fortress stages are just boss fights. First one is a Mega Man classic at this point, a devil boss. This one's the Heart Devil. And I wanted to use 3D models there to experiment. Originally I was gonna add a few behaviors, but I got some feedback that it didn't look great, so I decided to stick by the original behaviors. And I now do wish that I tried to get a bit more creative with this fight. But eventually decided just screw it, I'm gonna try to get the oozing version to be a bit more... to use the 3D model to look a bit more to this. But it still doesn't work well. Those animations are pretty choppy and the end transition out is just fluid, so it doesn't work too well. And I'm not a fan of the model either. It's just pretty hastily made in Blender, I guess. So yeah, this fight, I guess I wish I could revisit, redo, but I'm not gonna do that right now. Maybe if I make another Mega Man game, I'm gonna try to make that one better for the sake of this one too. I don't know. But in any case, this fight is not too crazy, but you do damage to the main body when he reforms, and you can also do damage to the heart shape things, to the heart shape pieces there. Now you do less damage to the hearts than you do to the original body, but it's still an option to do damage instead of just staying there. And as you saw, the round thingies, the round pieces, just go around in a random order, in a random angle, and they bounce around. The ones that are shaped like hearts are gonna come at you specifically. Why is my aim so bad? Okay, anyway. Victory. So, the fortress bosses are mostly me experimenting with stuff. Here I wanted to experiment with 3D models and the more fluid boss, but gave up on it, and I do kinda regret that. But in any case, that one was the goal there. To try to figure out how to do a level fight that looks cool in 2D, and it really didn't work. But anyway, next up is a copy bot, another pretty classic for a game. Here I just got fancy with shaders. This is... I've got the credit for the shaders on the credits, and I believe it's also in the script. I didn't make this shader myself, I got it from GitHub, from some dude, and it looks pretty cool. You should be able to find it at the description, the comments inside the shader, and it's also at the credits. Okay, the pixelated shader that I used for the 3D models, also the same thing, same case. As for the boss itself, this is the copy bot obviously, but a fun thing, programmatically, it actually checks the weapons that you have, or at least it uses the same check on the weapons that you would. So it also goes through the RAS items and your weapons. Now it's got its own behavior for each weapon, but if it doesn't find the behavior like right here with the RAS, it's gonna do a random rock or a random amount of shots. So it just copies whatever weapons you've got and does its own behavior based on that. I should get some more returns after this, because after that is the final boss. There's only 3 fortresses, and we're probably gonna need a few extra items for the final boss. Crap. Okay, this is probably the first dude. I just clicked through the cutscene. I guess that's also a bug. Yeah, let's see, that's the hard level, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I'm also gonna have to fix those borders on the side of the screen. We're not gonna need that many, but sure. Okay, let's also do a save. And final boss. It's roll time. Here I also try to experiment with the background, being a bit more animated, but it also looks pretty bad. And at this point again, I'm not gonna go through the effort of redoing things. But anyway, we've got a roll fight. Now these sprites are custom at least. Some came from an old project that I tried doing, but didn't work out. So I used them here and expanded the sprite sheet a bit. But this fight is actually pretty fun, in my opinion at least. It's pretty dynamic, and you can actually see the text that is gonna do. Like, it's not unfairly dynamic or whatever. It's more has its own sprite sheet, or most of it do. And it's pretty fun. Okay, so no, okay, that's a bit with Unity's physics. That this error occurs. Again, I'm generally pretty happy with how this came out. Although that's not intended behavior. That's because of the die set. Come on to the tornado attack. That should get you unstuck. But not. Oh, I mean, there it is. Now she should do it. Not. Oh yeah, this attack. Okay, I'm glad I did around a bit more on this fight, because I really like this lightning attack. It's pretty hard to dodge, but you can get it with good timing. Yeah, I really liked how this fight came out. So this attack is definitely a bit hard to dodge, but it's within reason. Okay, and let's get a new tank. And victory! Except, of course, there's a second phase. You have a Mega Man game without a multi-phase final boss? No, you can't. Second phase, let's go. So I just got the model from Mega Man 11 here, and got creative with it. Here I got a lot more creative on the Hard Devil fight, and that I'm happy with how this came out. Although the model is obviously just a pre-texture of the Mega Man 11 one. Again, I'm not that great in making that stuff, so the model could have looked okay, maybe not, but I didn't risk it. So look at this fight. This fight is a lot harder than the roll V1, or at least a lot more heavy hitting, so I'm gonna use a new tank early. It also imitates mechanic. But yeah, you can occasionally jump over the fist attack, but it's more reliable to just slide under it. Oh yeah, this attack. This attack also has a unique kill animation if she gets you with low HP. I guess we can try to show that. Yeah, unless that happens. So now we're also gonna have to do roll V1 again, but that's a pretty easy fight. Fun, but not too hard once you figure it out. Just move a bit to the right and you can dodge stuff. Come on to the thunder attack more. I really like that one. I don't know, I like the timing. Even though it's a pretty tight attack, I do like the thunder to bring the tough attack. But yeah, there we go. That hard projectile actually blocks attacks, but it's not gonna be a huge issue. Okay. So the first phase here, she just does a lot of slaps, and then a fixed attack, and finally a unique attack. I don't remember exactly which attack she does after this, but there's 2 or 3 different ones. The first phase is pretty easy, then things are gonna get a bit more mixed up. But yeah, this attack was one of the things I experimented with. Try to make the fight a bit more creative mechanics wise. Okay. And here's the unique animation. Now the animations aren't great themselves, they're a bit too tough to, not tough, too stiff. So that was again done quite a while ago. I'd like to think that I've gotten better, but who knows, maybe I haven't. Hopefully my future projects do look better, better than those animations. But they still aren't horrible, just a bit too stiff. I don't remember if this boss fight has any weaknesses. Yeah, this one blocks any attack. Probably not Black Hole Bomb, but you get the point. Any attack that is a projectile. Or a regular projectile. There we go, lots of thunder. Yeah, I was a bit slow there, I got wrecked. This attack where she just chases you was a bit weird at the beginning because I didn't realize that you had to give the player a bit of time to move it. Like if they change direction, I had to roll change direction immediately as soon as I noticed that the player did, and so she would just constantly stay under them and hit them no matter what unless you use the rest jet. So that was not a good attack. But now made it so that after she notices that the player has gone from in front of her to behind, that she's gonna wait for like a second and then turn. So now it works properly. Because that was impossible to dodge before. I believe that intro was also skippable, but at this point I'm too lazy to implement. Okay, anyway, now let's try to do better against the fight, to not die. Sometimes you might get lucky and collision might not go through. You might not get hit by one of the attacks, but at this point that's Unity physics, so I blame Unity. Okay, not really, it's still on me because I did a bad implementation, but let's change the topic real quietly. I'm not gonna be his down with A-tanks because we're gonna need them. Oops. And now with the mechanic I think she's starting to change up the attacks a lot more. But don't you worry, there's another phase, of course. It's gonna get a lot more mixed up later on too. Oh fuck. Oh shit, oh fuck. I also have an M-tank, so that's nice. And second phase. Now, if you go from the full health to the 3/4 health phase, Rel's gonna wait to finish up whatever attacks is doing to do the mechanic thing, where the neck elongates. But if you go from half health to, well, you go to the half health thing, any attacks it does will get interrupted. So that's a fun small detail between the two. Yeah, here she just gets a lot more crazy with the attacks. And she gets a few new ones, like this one. You can do damage in this phase and then that happens. It's not only long neck. Actually, let's use the tank now. I was gonna wait a bit more, but you never know with this fight. It does do heavy damage, so I'm just here. I'm just spooked. But yeah, anything goes now in this phase. And this attack. I think those are all her attacks. I don't think she does anything new at this point. But I could be mistaken. I might have forgotten. And this attack I don't think, yeah, that part doesn't actually do damage, it's just visual. And on HP, oh dang. Okay, the rock dealt the final damage. I thought it was just an animation, but never mind, it actually does damage. Okay, that was an interesting kill to the final boss. I didn't even know that could happen, and I'm so glad that didn't break the game. That's incredible. And here come the credits. So this was a fun game to develop. It definitely took a bit of time, like, I don't remember how long, but at this point it was a while ago. Here's the credits for anything. The shaders, Megabot shader, pixelate. Oh yeah, there's also a Toon shader, or the Heart Devil, for example. I don't think the role model also used one, but there was also a Toon shader there. So if you want it, you can also use that in other projects. You can find the project on GitHub, it's completely open source, or you can find the playable version on GitHub and now itch.io. I'm trying to develop my itch.io page now too, so that was a good opportunity to work on this too. But also you can just get it. It will be easy, and here it is, bugs and all. And yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching, and you know the usual YouTube stuff. Subscribe, other platforms, whatever. See you later.